Greetings, my excellent friend.
Welcome to Heavy Metal
History.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the Heavy Metal History Podcast. As usual, I am your host, Dustin, and joining me all the way from Australia is Matt.
Yeah, g'day, everyone.
As you know, with last week's episode, we talked about Saint Anger, and we told you that this week we were going to do something a little special, a little different. We're going to watch Some Kind of Monster, and we're going to do a little commentary over it. But we're going to split it into two parts, only because it is 2 hours and 21 minutes long, and I don't want everybody to have to sit through a 2-hour podcast all at once. I don't know if anybody's like super hardcore podcasting, like I am. Like I'll listen to like a fucking 4-hour Rogan podcast, no big deal.
I will too. That is what I do. The majority. That is how I spend my time at work.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that to you guys, so we're going to split it into two parts, which means we will do them a week apart this week instead of you guys having to wait 2 weeks for a podcast. So, without further ado, what we're going to do, we're both watching this on Netflix. Some Kind of Monster is available on Netflix. You can listen to it, or you can listen to us along with watching this if you want to, or you can listen to us and then watch it. Whatever you want to do, it's definitely going to be worth the watch. So what we're going to do is we're going to count down from 3, and we're going to play the little movie and just kind of go from there.
All right, this should be fun. So whenever you're ready, Dustin.
3, 2, and 1. So I've actually only ever seen this in chunks. To be honest, I've never seen it all in one sitting.
I remember watching this when I think when it first came out, they had it on like cable television here, and then I just remember seeing it like probably about like 5 years later after that, kind of when I just got like knew kind of more of the ins and outs of Metallica as opposed to just like being a teenage little kid that didn't really know anything that much. And this is just such an insight. 90 million albums since 1981, and that's
a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I mean, you got to wonder too, like how many of those albums are like ones that people bought multiple times from like losing one or trading them off to a friend.
What's like that stat? They say that the Black Album sells 7,000 records every week.
Yeah, that's a lot. So basically, this documentary chronicles when they were recording Saint Anger in 2003 because it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, that hadn't done anything in what was it, like 11 years? I think we said.
Yeah, since Reload. Yeah, not 11 years, but it was like from 98 to like 2003. So about like like 5 years. I can't math at the moment.
Oh man, this dude's getting into it. Everybody's getting into it. I love it. But do they really like it? That's what I wonder.
I mean, that opening riff is cool that they're playing now for like Frantic, but then the more, like minute 3 out of the 7-minute song it is, you get annoyed.
Yeah, the thing about that riff is before I even like kind of learned how to play guitar, that was like a riff I would screw around playing for fun, and I didn't realize it was a song until Metallica did it, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could have wrote that song before they did.
Well, I feel like that's like something you can just kind of fuck around your guitar with. It's basically the subtitle, like, Saint Anger, something you can fuck around in your guitar with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, God, and they still have, like, the frosted tip, the short hair.
Yeah. He looks really weird.
Oh, God. He's like pondering.
But he still looks really young.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, Seek and Destroy. Dude, I love so at my new job I get to play like literally whatever I want.
Yeah.
And so every morning before like I start work I play fucking Ride the Lightning front to back.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Oh, it's nice.
My boss, he has like these 2 giant like speakers that are probably about like the size of like from basically where you like you about the size of your leg, these two giant speakers, and he owns the company, and he'll just play just like everything. And there was one day he just was playing like Ride the Lightning and like the Black Album.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like no one could really tell him to like turn it down because like it's his company, so it's like I could just do whatever the fuck I want. Oh god, that mullet. Remember the haircut that Newstead used to have where it was like the mullet, but then like half of it was just like one half was shaved.
Yeah, he basically had like the half Phil Anselmo.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fucking 90s. It's so cool.
Or I guess like the Skrillex before Skrillex
Yeah,
did it.
yeah, and then every like girl started like doing it. Because like
Yeah.
I'm edgy.
So here we are, guys. We're at the beginning of some kind of monster. They just did their little montage, and it starts in January of 2001. Oh shit! MTV News.
When they actually talked about music.
Yeah.
You know, Newstead's out.
Yep. Newstead's leaving, guys. That's where it starts.
Yeah, so they were going to. So they're at the Ritz-Carlton, and they were going to record the album in 2001. Oh god.
The Ritz-Carlton.
Phil Towel. I'm a part of Metallica.
I don't understand, like, it feels like they don't go too in depth with what the problems are with the band, really.
It's I feel like it becomes more apparent in the film. They don't. It's more of a show, don't tell, type thing. And yeah, you can really, as we said before, it's basically just a bunch of kids that got told like yes, yes, yes for like 15 years until they finally got told no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Lars. That's Bob Rock.
Oh man, James looks so like frustrated with his dumb shit. He's like, I'm fucking over it.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, like I don't want to do this.
Yeah, yeah. He's already like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I do wonder too if part of like doing this documentary fueled a lot of this stuff, like all the turmoil. You know,
I feel like it would have had to. Yeah, like. Oh, that is a glorious shot of San Fran.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't live.
I swear
there
I know
anymore.
all these places. I know it's weird.
Yeah, it's all right. So this is where they go to the empty military barracks out in Presidio. This is the first location.
And if anybody ever gets a chance to go to SF and go to the Presidio, it's beautiful, and you should definitely. I mean, SF itself it's such a great city, man. There's so much stuff to do there and see.
I really feel like that SF is pretty much like the American Sydney.
Oh yeah,
no, honestly, like it's
yeah, it makes sense. I've never been there, but it makes sense.
No, I was shocked to see just how much like Sydney it was, just like winding kind of like not so much, just winding streets, just like harbour kind of like things, bridges, like all that kind of stuff. It pretty much is like Sydney, very kind of like, you know, super liberal and like progressive and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's funny that the guy, Bob Rock, was just like, oh, yeah, they have so much anger they want to put into this album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really? Well, could have fooled me.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're angry, but it didn't come across in the music whatsoever.
No, it just basically sounds like we just need to get something out. It was more frustration than anger.
Yeah.
Oh, God, those overalls. Band getting together in the garage for the first time. I'm pretty sure that's the final product of Sin Anger.
I I don't know why they listen to that guy, man.
Bob Rock.
I mean, I get what they were trying to do, and I know they wanted to do something a little different, but man, I don't think they should have listened to him.
Well, I feel like he struck gold on the Black Album, and they just kept going to the well when they'd already reached, they'd already stripped the mine clean pretty much.
Yeah, entirely.
And that's a cool rat rod though. I just love this thing. There's this part coming up where he's like, "Oh, I don't want any attention." He drives a car like that looks like that.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular guy. Don't look at me, as he's driving around in like a 32 Ford Roadster.
He definitely, like, when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, he talked so much shit about San Francisco, and I thought it was hilarious.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
It's pretty good. He just talks about how everybody's, like, too liberal for him.
Yeah.
And they get on him about, like, wanting to hunt and stuff like that. And so he moved to, like, somewhere in, like, Colorado or Utah or something like that. Just somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. And he just lives out there now.
Oh, jeez.
Just so he can hunt and live off the land.
Don't.
What was he doing? Putting a fucking vibrator on the guitar?
No, right. Like putting these goddamn clean it with a toothbrush, it looks like.
Even he's like, what the fuck am I doing? This is so...
Yeah, Bob, it's good, man. I like it, Bob.
I mean, it is kind of interesting how they are just kind of like, they're not really going in there with anything. They're just writing everything off the cuff and, doing it as it comes. It is cool, but I just feel like they should have, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They should have taken a little bit more care into like what they were writing and putting out there.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, because otherwise it'll just end up looking like that piece of art with bloody Lars Ulrich's Eminem haircut.
Yeah, he is definitely looking like Slim Shady a little bit there.
Oh my God, Slim Shady's looking like him.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But don't mind me, just chilling
I have
out in
my
my
millions of dollars
mansion.
in my heart. Oh, here we go. This is the early stages of writing the actual song, Some Kind of Monster.
I'm glad that Kirk was the one that spoke up and was like, yeah, I don't really like that riff.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be mean about it, but he was like, it just sounds too bluesy. It doesn't sound metal.
Well, it basically just sounds like you'd basically, something like Creed or someone like that, like someone big at the time would have just put out.
Yeah.
Remember Creed?
It does. Oh, of course, unfortunately.
God. Like, whatever happened to that guy? Like, he's just gone off this fucking rails.
Last I heard, he was homeless.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, but that was a while ago, so I'm not really sure.
Jesus Christ!
I know he had like a weird mental breakdown, and
I feel like you'd be taking the
some drug stuff happened.
You'd be taking the under for if he's dead right now.
Yeah. So Kirk Hammett was just surfing. I don't know how you can really surf in San Francisco. It's not really a good surfing spot, but he was doing it.
Yeah, there's no beaches. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's really no like beaches out in like the kind of the Bay Area, right? Because it's all a bay.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's all it is. It's a bay. There's no beach or anything.
So, all right, sorry. Yeah, so this is when
So now, yeah, they're flashing back to when they were recording the Black Album and how they were all kind of fighting back then about like everything and like you can't say this about my shit and
I always talk shit against you if you don't talk shit against me.
Yeah,
and whatever that kind of policy was, like the end product of it was it's what got to the Black Album, but like at the same time, you just can't keep doing that, or otherwise you'll get like load and reload. Like I don't hear anyone say that like, yeah, man, fucking Metallica's ate my bitch. That's my fucking jam.
Yeah, yeah, not at all, man.
God, those albums were just so like forgettable. Like as much as I want to like talk shit on this one, those two, like Load and Reload, are just like forgettable, and so just in the middle of the road where it's just like I don't even want to waste my time.
Well, I mean, yeah, the only real song that anybody remembers is "Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire." Like that's yeah, that's it. I mean, outside of that, I can't name another damn song off either of those albums. I have to go look it up.
I remember. I think it was like a 21st birthday for some girl I went to high school with or something like that. And it was like a backyard party, and she had like a karaoke machine out there, and people just going on. And I was going through it because they called me up to do it, and I was going through it, and they had The Unforgiven 2 on there.
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah.
Surprisingly, I knew how that song went, and basically just like key changes and like lyrical flow and everything to it. I'm like, God damn it! How do I know this so well? Oh, here we go.
It is cool getting like the behind the scenes of like seeing a band, going through like their whole recording process. That is one really, really cool thing about this documentary.
Yeah.
And I really like how a lot of bands do that nowadays. Like they do their little YouTube videos where they like, they'll hey, recording day one update, and
they'll take you into the studio
and they take you through everything.
And they're really well done. And it isn't just like, oh, yeah, we're just going to play it. It's also like talking about, why we're here, what we're doing here, the equipment we're kind of using as well. I think that's really cool, and it gets a really cool insight as well.
Yeah. And I mean, all James is doing right now, he's just sitting in the fucking board, like where the soundboard is at, just singing into a microphone. There's no special like little room. He's not in a room.
Yeah.
He's reading off a lyric sheet.
Oh God. Okay. So this is their mission statement for why they're hiring the psychologist.
I want to find a clip of him reading this and put it into the episode because it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. It's a goal, guys. Come on, it's a goal. You got to be reminded, guys.
The goal is
they'll just like keep
write
milking
a
this
good fucking record.
Money.
Yeah.
All right.
See, now he's just sitting on a fucking couch with like kids surrounding him.
And they're just like, yeah, this is cool. And the kid's like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, kids like crying now.
Yeah, this is like the epitome of dad rock.
Dad, it's fucking terrible.
Daddy.
Just do it.
The little Metallica kids.
Oh, wow, it's so fucking cool, guys. We can just go in and we can do it. The four of us, Jason's out, but that's okay because it's the four of us now.
I'm just so excited. Yeah. They're all so excited.
And Bob Rox is sitting there just being like, the meter's still running on me. keep having the circle jerk. The meter's still running for my producing fees.
Yeah, James, that too, and James does seem like the odd man out. I get the feeling that he does not like the album. He doesn't like the way it's going.
Yeah. All right, so they went on vacation. 16 days in, they went on vacation.
Man.
Yes. Oh yeah, because this is when he went
James,
hunting.
It's off the wagon.
No. So he was off the wagon forever, and then through this, he decided he wanted basically onto the wagon.
Yeah. I thought that he did the rehab before.
No.
This,
So
yeah,
what
I think you're
happened
right.
was they were doing this one because this is in 2001, and then he went to rehab, and then they shut this down, and that's why they had to not record the Presidio, and then they went to that other studio. I'm so glad that this, whatever this is, never made it into any kind of final product anywhere.
God, dude. Yeah, I don't think James should be like trying to do a singing voice on anything. I miss his like prepubescent screeches that he did on like Kill 'Em All and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
it's like, yeah, because you know the whole thing. I think was on the I think the Black Album tour when he blew his voice out.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it just was.
No,
never
I do know that.
Yeah, never the same. I think it was before. I don't know if it was before or after he got attempted murdered by those fireworks. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it was after that.
Yeah. Oh, titty.
Oh, saw guys, boobs.
Yeah.
Boobs everywhere.
So it's this montage
the boob
of his
montage.
life just like, spiraling out of control through sex, drugs, and rock as he's like, I've made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, this is him reflecting on himself,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Shit,
have I done?
I need to fucking go to rehab."
Yeah.
So is this like another therapist that he's
No, I
seeing,
feel
or
like he was
what?
I think like he's just interviewing someone. It's like some kind of music website or something like that. Yeah, yeah. He seems like he just fucked off, eh?
Yeah,
It's all just
yeah.
too
He was
much.
just like, "I'm out." I don't know, like having
I don't know whose
kids.
kid that is. Is that James's kid or is that? Oh no, that's Lars's kid.
That's Lars's kid, yeah. I bet Lars's kid's probably a better drummer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now probably anyway. Yeah. See, nailing.
No,
it.
they're about the same.
That Phil, you just nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Now it's Jason. Well, after leaving, I'm surprised that he basically agreed to do this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not, you know? I mean, he was part of the band for a long time. I mean, yeah, 14 years. That's a long-ass time, man.
Oh, now he's gone into his jam band.
Psh, nobody wants jam bands.
God, not even jam bands want jam bands.
See, that's kind of unfortunate that they forced him out like that, just being like, no, you can't have any side projects.
Yeah, but then they're going to also say that,
why not?
Yeah, but I think they're going to also bring up in this the fact that, a couple of years earlier, James Hetfield did that song in the South Park movie.
Yeah.
Little boy, you're going
do
to
remember
hell.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Like, he did go on to be in Voivod anyways, so... Or wait, it wasn't
Voivod.
Voivod.
In Voivod, then went to Metallica. Because I know he was in Flotsam and Jetsam, and then that's how they got him from that.
Yeah, I think he's in Voivod now, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, because I remember he had that solo thing that was, terrible.
Yeah. He tried.
Yeah, it was good on you, man. You try to be Motorhead. Good on you.
He definitely does seem really pissed. And I guess rightly so, because it does seem like they just forced him out.
Yeah. And it's like whenever people say, "Oh, what's your favorite Beatle?" and like they'll always have their favorites and the people that are like, say, like me, Ringo Starr, just because the guy's like such an afterthought. That's me with like Metallica in the early days. Like, oh, his favorite Metallica, Jason Newsted.
Oh, now he
yeah,
understands
3
it.
years later, now he understands it. That's a kind of a dick thing to say.
Yeah, this is kind of what we were talking about, man. They're like their weird mentality of just being like, nobody can say no to us.
Yeah.
Nobody can do anything that isn't us.
Yeah,
they're very
dare
like
you have fun
egocentric.
without, how dare you do something that isn't, for us, making us, advancing me. Yeah, it's...
There's a sign on the door that says, please keep your mouth shut at all times, but it's crossed out. It originally said, please keep this door shut at all times.
Yeah, I really wish, they would have taken that advice on some of this.
Yeah, there definitely is a point where they should have just like not said anything and kind of just gone with the flow a little bit more with making this album.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like, stop! What are you doing, Lars? Plug that snare drum back in.
Oh God, Lars!
For the love of God, stop!
I can't imagine, or I mean, dude, like, how much money were they spending too, just sitting in the studio with like nothing?
Yeah.
It's got to cost so much money.
Because what would this have all been like recorded on like tape, or would they have switched over to digital by now?
Oh, he just said Pro Tools, so that answered our question right there.
There you go.
Look at that, guys. Fucking Matt is a mystical genius.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they would have been burning through so much fucking tape, but now it's like, haha, cut and paste, delete.
Yeah, it was like nothing then. So,
But still,
I mean, like months
Yeah.
just sitting there, and they're like trying to figure out lyrics and guitar parts, and they have nothing. They're just building this thing from scratch, and it must have cost so much money.
Oh, he's drinking like cask wine out of a plastic cup.
Yeah, he is.
That's how I always picture my retirement. Yeah. And oh, it's the fear. Yeah. Well, I mean,
No, there isn't.
Well, then again, say that about like going into a tornado. It's like, yeah, you're afraid of the tornado, but just go into it. Something will happen.
Something will happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy isn't actually Philip Tower. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, that's such horrible advice, man. That's a lot of cause of like a lot of my anxieties. Like I get fear responses for stuff, and like I do shitty
Yeah,
things.
and it's like, oh, if you're afraid, we'll either just go into it or just just go into it because something will happen. Well, it's like, no. Sometimes the best thing to do is kind of nothing at all.
Yeah,
and probably just take a couple of step backs. Oh, now he's telling him to like shut up. Sorry, man. Oh god, what's this riff he's going on now? Yeah, you can just see him just like figuring it out as they go along.
yeah. There's no like rhyme or reason to anything. It's just kind of like, well, like I got this one riff. What do you think of it? No, I don't like it. Okay, what about this one? I mean, maybe.
Yeah. So they know that it's like, what? It was like 36 days and they haven't got a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
They're
and
still
they're
just kinda,
like
figuring
they're
shit
saying
out.
right now they're burning themselves out and they're not getting anything out of it. Lars is fucking going blonde trying to be Slim Shady here. Cut all his hair off.
Yeah. Yeah. Just he's
Wrecked.
yeah, he's just basically telling him just play better.
Yeah.
He's telling him play better without actually saying play better.
Let's stop being the shitty drummer that everybody calls you, Lars.
It's like, yeah, you're a good, you know how to compose music and you know how to like where things go, but like he wasn't ever the best drummer. Do you remember all the rumors like that? Fucking Hulk Hogan was saying like back a couple of years ago that when Cliff died, that they wanted him to play bass for Metallica.
What?
Do you not remember this?
I've never heard that.
Yeah. Oh, it's like back in like the 80s. Like I think it was right kind of after Cliff died, and Hulk Hogan was like running his mouth and saying, "Yeah, brother, Metallica wanted me to play. Like they asked me to audition for them, but they decided to go another way." And then they came out and was like, "We've never been in the same room as Hulk Hogan during that period of time."
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound right at all.
My point was, you could pretty much replace Lars with Hulk Hogan on the drums, and you'd probably maybe get something just as good or maybe slightly better.
Yeah. You could put his little 1-year-old son on there, like we heard earlier.
His son now, like what? He'd probably be like, say, 13, 14 years old. He'd obviously have to know how to play some of them. It's just like,
yeah.
Win. Though I feel like if like they had kind of their way, they'd probably just replace themselves with their kids, just to like keep the money kind of coming in.
How's he gonna
describe this?
Oh, choose his words carefully.
Oh, I don't. Oh, here we go. No, it's fine. We have to make a fucking record.
I mean, he's got a point.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, guys.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, Lars isn't wrong. Some of the riffs that they're playing are so fucking generic sounding. It's just like, what is even the point?
Yeah, but he's like, I'll just change it up slightly just so I can play this drum beat I like to it.
Yeah.
So it's basically, he's only really saying that just to like, advance his own kind of ends. As opposed to like, making the song better. And Kirk's just like, come on, guys.
Come on, guys. So, drinking game. If you guys are going to drink while watching this, slam that door. Anytime Kirk says, come on, guys, you got to take a drink.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it's 12:30 here, and I am, and I'm no kind of mood to play a drinking game right now.
Oh, same here.
Well, there we go. Also, speaking of drinking.
This is the part where he's going into rehab.
Oh. Alcoholica. I like how like guys like flat out on MTV just like representing the Bloods.
Oh, Sway? You don't remember Sway?
No, because we never had MTV out here, dude.
Oh,
This is like just totally just like cultural things have just gone over me because I live on the other side of the world, so I don't know who that man was.
yeah.
Was he like an MTV
Yes.
man or?
Yeah, he was just like the MTV News dude, one of them.
Wait, did you say his name was Sway?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I
there's
think
this-
he was like a rapper or something.
Oh no, he's like I think
Maybe.
he hosts like a show on Sirius, on like satellite radio, and there's this
That
clip.
sounds.
He was interviewing Kanye West,
Oh shit.
and I'll talk. Yeah. He was interviewing Kanye West, and then this guy's talking to him about like, oh, you've lost millions of dollars, like investing in these businesses, and Kanye just blows up at it. It's like, I don't got the answers, Sway. I'm a genius. Google, Nike, me.
Okay. Fucking Kanye.
Also, fucking
Or
love
like
his dad.
Kanye.
Oh,
His dad looks like fucking.
looks like fucking Varg.
I was gonna say Gandalf, but yeah.
Yeah, and he's basically like, oh, my son is the best one of them all.
Just dragging his dad into therapy now.
Yeah.
Who was it Lars's idea to do the therapy in the first place, or
I think it was. I think it was Lars and the management. I think the management brought this guy in.
yeah, because James so far he's been like, dude, fuck this guy, fuck this therapy, like this is stupid, I don't want to do this. Kirk is just kind of along for the ride. He's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Lars is the only one that's like into it, and it's weird.
Yeah, it really is, yeah. Yeah, it is just like fucking ego masturbation at this point.
Totally. I
There's
don't
nothing
like
worth
personally.
to play a new record and there's something on there that sucks. It's like, well, fast forward 2 years, mate, see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how I mean I haven't seen them live, but I can't imagine that they really play anything off Saint Anger.
No. So yeah, I've seen them live twice. Yeah, nothing. Didn't play anything off Senanga. Only played Fuel off the Load albums. Dude, they only played like the only time I went to go one. Yeah, like both times I go to see them, they only fucking played Through the Bells Toll off Ride the Lightning, and that's like my least favorite song off that album.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because because I don't think they've been out here since the release of the newer album, but I saw them on the Death Magnetic cycle twice.
so they probably just mostly played Death Magnetic songs.
Well, here's the
and then-
thing: they played mostly on the night I went to go see them. They played mostly Death Magnetic, some of the Black album, but a lot from And Justice for All. Like they even played And Justice for All, like that fucking 9-minute song.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
was like the first time since like 1987 they'd played it in Australia. Like 88,
I mean,
yeah.
that's one of the things. Like, I went and saw that movie that they did, Through the Never, and I was surprised at like how many old songs that they played. I was like, dude, there's no way they're gonna play any of those songs. Like, I'm just seeing this for like nostalgic purposes, you know.
Yeah.
And sure enough, man, the movie was solid. They played a bunch of really good songs. Like, it was surprising to say the least.
Well, I mean, it's the same reason why, like, when I went to go see Maiden on the Somewhere Back in Time tour, and they played everything from like 1980 to 1990, like Fear of the Dark, and that's why, like, I probably wouldn't go see him now because they just play all the majority of the newer stuff, and the newer stuff's good, but like, it's got nothing on kind of the stuff I just want to really hear.
The classics.
Yeah, and apparently they can't play Hello Be Thy Name anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it got solved, but like someone was like they're in like litigation for like someone thought that like they stole the song.
Huh. Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
But yeah, no, it's bizarre.
So at this point in the documentary, they're flashing forward about 3 months. James has been in rehab for 3 months or away for 3 months or whatever. They're all still in these therapy sessions. I think even Bob Rock looks really annoyed.
Yeah, it's like, why am I here? I'm just a fucking producer.
Yeah, he's like, why did I get dragged into this? But then again, he's probably like, whatever, I'm getting paid either way.
The meter's just keeping on ticking. So
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Wow. 6 months.
Yeah, Kirk's like, yeah, it'll be fine. But Lars is kind of just like, well, if we have to kick him out, we'll kick him out.
I do have to say, I admire Kirk's positivity throughout all this. He's the only one that's like trying to maintain that PMA.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, whether or not it does any good or if it's, you really should be, at some point where it's just like, fucking cut the shit, get a little bit angry, get a little bit fucking negative. It's still good, just to keep that kind of that positive attitude, especially when fucking dealing with these, yahoos.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the haircut.
Yeah. What's funny too is like, I feel like Kirk like aged so hard during the course of this documentary to like now.
Yeah.
Like he's completely like almost white haired now and looks like 30 years older all of a sudden. It's just like, dude, it's only been like 10 years.
Yeah, and you can, because Lars has gone bald. The other one that's really fucking like, really kind of stayed the same would be like fucking Robert Trujillo.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Oh, here we go, fucking Dave Mustaine.
Yep, he wrote all the good solos on the first record.
He did. They even gave him fucking writing credits for like Call of Cthulhu as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Grammy, yeah. I remember seeing fucking Megadeth. It was like probably about it was like it's the start of about 7 years ago. They were on the Rust in Peace tour, like played it from start to finish, and the entire time I was just there. I was just like awestruck just at Dave, like still being able to fucking shred it just like note for note, while still like going from there. And it's like I've seen Megadeth a couple of times twice, and like say what you will about Dave Mustaine and all that, but like the man can still fucking play. And I feel like out of all kind of the big four kind of guitarists, I feel like he's the one that is probably the most like probably the most talented. Probably the most talented, and probably one who knows how to write a goddamn good song.
I will say yes and no to that, because when Marty Friedman was in the band, Friedman wrote more of the songs and the guitar solos than Dave Mustaine did.
Of course, yeah. Let's not beat around the bush. Like, fucking Marty Friedman really kind of saved Megadeth.
Yeah, big time. But I mean, that you're right. That doesn't like take away from like how good of a guitar player is. But after he had his like weird neck surgery or whatever, like he really wasn't the same guitar player anymore. I think he still has like that nerve trouble in his hand or something like that too.
Well, he had to shut Megadeth down because of that, and then he basically had to relearn how to play the guitar again. And and he's
which
back
is hard.
And even if you listen to like the newer ones, the new Megadeth stuff now, like it's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that last album they came out with, like Dystopia or something like that, it's fucking rad.
Yeah, but Super Collider was not rad.
Oh no. It's that's basically there's like the modern age version of Risk.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So they're kind of talking about James going through like the rehab stuff, and
Kirk's on his hobby ranch.
Yeah, Northern California. I wonder where this ranch is at. Like, it's got to be in Napa or somewhere.
Yeah.
Fucking, damn it, where all the rich people live? I forget what it's called.
No, yeah, it's your country.
Yeah, it's got a name, but I forgot.
That's breathtaking, though.
Starts with an M. That's all I remember.
Oh, what a piece of shit I am.
Yeah, so Lars is the one spearheading all this. It's got to be.
Yeah.
The fact that he even brought Dave Mustaine back, that's kind of like a fuck you to Dave. Like, why? Why bring him back after all this time?
Yeah.
There's no
I
point.
want you to basically, admit to me that like you fucked up on like basically, film. And this would have been 2001, so he would have been. I think Megadeth probably would have been shut down by then, because I think the last record they did with Friedman came out probably 2000.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. My little Danish friend. Yeah, so this was a year before they broke up.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is 2001, they broke up 2002.
So they probably weren't even doing anything at this time anyways, you know?
Yeah. Duh. But also, we also have to realize that Dave Mustaine was like massively addicted to like fucking heroin and cocaine in 1983.
Yeah. Yeah, they had pretty much every reason to kind of not keep him around.
Yeah, I have that. I'm actually looking at the biography he put out like about 5 years ago, Mustaine, and they basically just like told they were in New York. I think they were about to record Kill 'Em All, and they found him like strung out one day, and they were just like bought him a bus ticket back to California and just like, go home, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to like, one thing I want to do, I want to like read parts of that book on the air. If you haven't read it yet, the stories that guy has, like, I'm a piece of shit, but like it's all good now, is pretty much like the subtitle to that book.
Yeah, I mean, he's even sitting here right now in therapy just saying that. He's like, I fucked up. I did this. I'm a piece of shit. Like,
yeah. Oh, no. He's talking about Cliff.
yeah, but that wouldn't have helped anything. I mean, all of them needed to go to fucking
Like the amount
AA
of times
back
that
then.
Dave went to fucking AA in, like, he was in this book as well, was fucking astronomical. And, like, I'm still pretty sure he's on it.
I don't know. He's like super Christian and like.
Oh, no, I hear stories that, like, he's still, like, trying to, he's still,
Pro-Trump.
like, smokes the wacky tobacco, and he's, has, like,
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
of
Well,
drinks
that's
every now and
whatever.
then, yeah. But, yeah, I do feel, yeah, you're right, he is, like, kind of, like, into God. I remember there was this one story, it was, like, I think he was in, like, Russia or France or something like that. They're on tour with Slayer, and he had kidney stones, and he was like, oh, through the power of prayer, I'll get through this. And then I passed out, and then standing over me was like Slayer, and they were also praying for me as well.
No way.
Die. Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. It's like if I was in like agonizing pain, thinking I was going to die, and I see Slayer there, I'm like, oh, holy shit, I'm going to hell. Yeah, so Lars is now going to go see fucking Jason in his new band and being like, I'm Lars Ulrich, you're fucking here, and I'm Metallica, so fuck you. It's such a little fucking power trip as well.
Yeah.
He's got his feet up on the fucking dashboard like some fucking, ugh.
And I mean, dude, like, what did they really think that this band was going to threaten Metallica in any way?
It's like, look at him.
Like, it's the band's whatever. I don't even think that they're not even together. Like, are they?
No, God, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, but it's like, I just want to play something that isn't like, I just want to do something different. Like,
Yeah. I just like looking at how Lars is just kind of standing there with his jacket slung over his shoulder, just kind of chewing his gum with his mouth wide
it's
open,
so
just
fucking, like,
looking
he's
like
such a little disrespectful douche. Yeah, so they go backstage to meet him, and then Jason's probably just like, fucked off, I don't want to deal with this.
I don't blame him.
And they're like,
I mean,
"Oh man, where did he go?" And James, yeah, because he's probably saw him, and it's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here? You're just gonna come here and just like, just rub shit in my face."
yeah. I mean, it was pretty clear from like the interview too. He was like pretty pissed, and
Yeah, I don't want to.
why would he want to talk to him?
Yeah, and they're saying like the people that like, there's people here that like worked on the failed Presidio recordings.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. He's like, "Who are these bastards? I'll never work with them again." That's what Lars is probably thinking. It's like, well, if you're not working for me, guess where you are? It's like the equivalent of saying like you won't even be able to get a fucking job at McDonald's.
He just said unfucking hell. Like, what does that even mean? Unfucking hell.
I don't know.
How do you unfuck hell? How do you fuck hell in the first place? I don't know how you unfuck it.
Yeah, it's
Is that a Dutch thing?
and you can just see him,
Danish?
he's like, oh my god.
What? Does he really think that band's gonna like blow up and get bigger than Metallica?
I don't know, like, it's such little man ego.
So at this point, James has been gone for 6 months.
Yep.
And they gave up the Presidio spot that they were recording in.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been using it in 6 months, so it's a waste of money.
Yeah. It's like we gotta fucking...
And they're still in therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you can talk to Kirk, but you can't fucking talk to Lars about like personal like demons. And he's right.
Was this when he came back and was like, I can only record between this time and this
he's
time and
talking
no
to
other
Kirk
time?
about, like, I feel like Lars basically controls everything. I need, in order for me to get better and for us to get better as a fucking band, as a unit, I need to take control of my own destiny. And Lars is like basically sitting there. It's like, this motherfucker. And Bob's just...
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, and Bob Rock's just like, the fuck am I doing here? I'm the producer.
I would love to hear like his side of it too, like what he was thinking, what he was going through.
I'm sure Bob Rock's wrote like a tell-all fucking book about it.
It's true. It's possible.
Yeah. 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 So Lars is talking. Oh, no, Kirk's talking to people about, oh, is it going to end? And yeah.
I curiously think too, like what would have happened if they never got back together after this.
That
like they went to the Presidio, they had those shitty demos, and then nothing ever happened with them again.
That'll be like some good fucking like alternate fucking timeline, like, you know, fan fiction shit.
Yeah,
like if we have
it would be really
Reload was the last album.
It would be really interesting to see like where I do think though, with, you know, within the past couple of years, how a bunch of metal bands have kind of like had these resurgences and like come back and done excellent albums, you know, like Carcass, At the Gates.
Yeah.
You know, all these bands have come back after these like 20 plus year hiatuses and put out these like killer albums.
Yeah.
I wonder if Metallica could have pulled off the same thing if they just would not have done anything for all this time.
Yeah.
And, you know, instead of doing this and then Lulu and Death Magnetic and, you know, now their last album, like,
Well, I mean, the last album, like if they were to say, right,
it was
we're stopping in 2000, we're stopping at this, and then we're going to come back, next year or 2 years ago, and then release Hardwired. I feel like that album, people would have been giving it far more praise than it really has.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you're right.
And I would have just imagined, because you know how they had all the fucking tours with Slayer and Megadeth and Anthrax. If you would like to do that kind of now, holy shit, that would be something else.
It'd be massive.
It'd be bigger than what it was, and it was big from the fucking get go. So James is back from rehab.
Yep.
And they're talking to the documentary crew. Yeah. And I feel like out of everyone in this room, the fucking people that have the most, concern for his well-being are the goddamn filmmakers as opposed to his fucking bandmates.
Yeah, Lars doesn't give any shits. He's just like, whatever, me.
It's like, if I'm fine, you should be fine, bitch. Like...
I do think that he's kind of getting to the point where he's tired of playing all these massive arenas and stuff. It seems like too, he just wants to go back to playing clubs and more intimate stuff and not worrying about having to be this massive, selling record machine
to be as big as it is.
Yeah.
But I'm an individual and I say this. What the fuck is Lars talking about? Actually, what are you talking about?
He's basically still whining about not getting his way.
Yeah.
Good God. 6 to 8 more weeks they fucking met.
Yeah, so there's day 355 and they've decided to go to a new studio. Yeah, so this is where they'll end up recording the album.
James does seem in more of a good mood as opposed to the early part of this documentary.
Yeah, he's got
he definitely
more of a kind of, spring in his step. He's a little bit kind of more, he's more excited about it.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to just being just so fucking out of it as it was before. Because you're going to make me so much fucking money.
Play a riff.
Yeah, man. Look at it go. And there's that fucking guy's like, just keep, hey I'll stay here for as long as you need me to. You're gonna break down at any moment.
I just feel like this is no way to write an album, to just jam it out like that,
Yeah, it's come with okay, I've got this, this, and this, and this. So, now we're at the stage where we can only work till noon to 4.
4 hours. That's it. That's still not enough time to like really get in there and record stuff that's going to be good. And I have to say, I know it sounds like we're shitting like all over this album, but I don't know, man. I just feel like they limited themselves in a lot of ways during the writing of this album, and it kind of shows.
Oh, most definitely. Not even the writing, but also the recording. Like, you can even tell just through his vocal delivery that it's like, well, this is the best we're going to do in this day because we have so many other deadlines we need to meet. This is the best one, and let's just go. Yeah. Yeah, and that's saying, he got fearful. And so what did he decide to do? He decided to take a little bit of a step back as opposed to the fucking therapist guy, which would have been, just go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to just do what you need to do.
Yeah. If don't be afraid if they want you to be in the studio for fucking 8 hours as you're trying to, battle your demons. Just fucking do it. Oh, here we go. So this is like the first version of Frantic.
Yeah. And I kind of, I like that they had that little double kind of triplet in there.
Yeah.
And that's not in it anymore.
It did make the final product of the song, but that sounded pretty cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that's so deep, Kirk.
Life is pain and death is pain, man. As they're all sitting there in their fucking Hawaiian shirts. It's all pain, man. Oh, God. Yeah, there we go. This is
my lifestyle determines my death style, guys.
Yeah. God, it's so just like it doesn't even go with the fucking song.
It's got some chunky riffs in there. It sounded like I don't remember the song sounding like that. But then again, like I admitted, I have not listened to this album in a good long time, and I honestly don't plan on it.
Yeah, so now they're getting the vocal patterns down to the riff, and that's
why they took out the triplets, and that's a bummer.
It's like, well, we got progress, but gotta go, guys.
Gotta go run.
That's not him. That's
it's not.
It's I think it's Blas or Bob Rock or something like that.
Is that Lars?
I don't know. But
the hair's long. That's the thing. The fucking continuity with his hair is so off.
Yeah.
It's it's long and then it's blonde.
Then it's short and it's blonde, but it's always blonde. So yeah, because you can see now it's starting to get a little bit longer.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's right to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right to say that, but I mean, at the same time, you probably could have, maybe just a quick phone call saying, hey, we're doing this, or a quick email at the start of the day saying, yep, we've kind of done some things here. Let us know what you think, kind of thing. Just in a polite way, but of course, these guys are no, we're going for it. This sounds cool.
I mean, I get it from their perspective as well as his. They just want to get this fucking thing done and written. But he's no, we have to do it on my time. I can only do it this time. And they're well, shit, man. What are we going to do? Just sit here and not do anything? It sucks. Both sides of it suck. There's no winners in this.
I respect both sides' arguments, but then it's they're both right and they're both wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, you can just solve this communication just by fucking acting like men and just communicating with each other.
Yeah, but no, you have Lars there acting like a little 5-year-old throwing his candy
And then
around,
James
being
is
like,
fucking-
nobody listens to
Yeah,
me.
and James is like, I'm out of here as I speed down on my fucking Harley with no helmet.
Yeah, they're not acting like adults or guys in their 40s at all.
Yeah.
They're just like fucking little 5-year-olds.
Yeah. And now we're at these.
James is enjoying a lovely child's ballet class. For the viewer, this is not fun to watch.
No, this is just, well, I mean, it just shows that, he's starting to, he's a family man. He's always trying to be a family man. He's trying to be better, be more involved for his kids. And it's good.
Yeah, I guess, he's definitely like trying to have to rebuild and start over after rehab,
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. he's absolutely right.
So is he insinuating that like when they would tour, he would just cheat on his wife the whole time?
Well, I mean, whether they were married or not.
Or was
at
this
the same
like
time, like, it's the same thing where it's like, you can sleep with a bunch of women every night, but it just gets boring after a while.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, so they're starting to get a little bit more into frantic. Oh, but what about the one I like?
Yeah.
Oh my god. He was like, guys, don't do it. Don't do it. And he's like, well, we're just going to do it.
I have to say I kind of agree with Lars that other version is better.
Oosh.
The song is faster.
Yeah.
It's got those like triples and I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like you got to yeah, this is this you just see like Lars pacing is like, oh fuck you, I just want to do what I want to do. He's got like his head down, his fucking hat on inside, he's and you can really tell that it's like
it was Lars running earlier.
Yeah, this is like a is this where he just starts screaming at him?
Oh.
Hold up. How do you do both? Ooh. This is... And it's like, okay, and if you're... Then it's like the therapist guy should be jumping in here.
I think they're just kind of watching him unfold, like letting him just get it all out.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like at this scene, like the therapist guy just doesn't step in. Like there's a situation that's about to happen. There's something that's going on. I feel like it's your duty of care that you need to like step in and just diffuse the situation. Like let people get their point across, but at the same time, like if he gets his point across, they're just going to end up right where they are. No break was going to happen if you don't step in and control where the conversation goes with your years of fucking expertise. Fuck.
Oh my God. So, okay, on that note, let's end episode 1. Lars just screamed in James's face, fuck. He's really pissed off with how like James is like micromanaging everything and won't let him listen to anything. So that'll be episode 1. We're at about where I'm at an hour and 13 minutes left in the documentary. That's about halfway through.
Yeah. So part 2 will start at day 407 at the band appreciation thing where they're having tryouts for bass guitar players.
All right, guys. So this is part 1 of Some Kind of Monster. Stay tuned for next week's episode, which is part 2. It might even come before the week just to make you guys not wait, but we'll see. I know it's been a little quiet on the social media front. I'm going to try and get back on that kind of stuff. So, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can email us, whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Send us suggestions, man. If there's stuff you want to hear us talk about, like I'm totally down to hear about what you guys want. If you want some guests on that,
or even if you want to hear us talk
to,
just let us know. We're more than welcome to.
Yeah, shoot the shit. So that'll be it for this week, and we'll see you guys next week for Some Kind of Monster Part 2. Fuck!
All right, did you stop it, or?
I gotta stop the recording.
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes!